Okay, let's see if this works this time. All right, everybody. I am working on 3 different projects all at the same time. Over here, you can see that new lamp I bought. The one that's kind of like Let's Resins. I did try it once on one of the videos that disappeared on that little flash drive thing. And it does work like it's supposed to. It works beautifully. Anyway, we're working on the sun catcher right now. And I've already had it sprayed with varnish, drilled for the areas I need drilled. Although it looks like I really can't tell how to centralize anything by sight any longer. My husband did the drilling, I did the marking, so that's on me. All right. I tried for several days to figure out what I wanted to use for the sun catching. And I came up with these. These are ocean related. And I really want to get to the ocean. Since I can't, I'm going to make it kind of come to me. So I'm going to set these all on here. So you saw anchors and starfish. There are dolphins and seahorses. I'm going to do these with UV resin. And then I have a pair of angel wings. Now, I don't know that I want to do these and these here as just one piece, or if I want to do both pieces and try to match them up well enough to make one piece to hang. And if you could talk to me, I'm sure you'd tell me what you'd all think. But I'm leaning towards doing it as a one whole larger piece. I've just been sizing this up to see if they will size well together, because I know some things that are mirrored are not the same size, and there's problems with that, of course. And from what I can tell, I've got this edge here flush and these edges flush, but as you can see, this edge up here does not go flush, so it will be one piece. Now this does not have a nub for creating a hole. These do, because these were meant for like earrings or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything up here so that everything will fit into the lamp. And I may have to do these separate and then the wing because of space. So I'm going to do that. Now I have the UV resin that I made, colored. That one's the sapphire and sky blue mix. This one's the yellow. This is a green. I have purple. And I have silver and gold. So I'm trying to figure out, there are 4 different ones. So I only need those in 4 different colors. And then the wings will have to be in a different color. So I'm leaning towards the gold for the wings. And then these 4, the purple, the yellow, the green, and the sapphire and sky blue mix for these. Although dolphins are technically silver. Anchors are kind of like a bronze or silver. Starfish are kind of like a golden brown to tan brown. Seahorses, did you know that seahorses come in different colors depending on their genre of the species? So it can be anything within reason. What's in nature. So what I'm going to do is, I want them sparkly. So I have Marabou's Rainbow Alcohol Ink. And I've been shaking the crap right out of this thing. Let me get it off leaning off the desk, and it probably still won't keep the camera from shaking. And since we have a yellow ring, I do want to make sure that it's going to match up with the yellow as much as possible. So mostly clear, that's what I'm looking for, is mostly clear. Now I have not opened anything, so that's why I have no gloves on right now. So we are going to need 5 of these to mix in. And they are yellow, yes. These things yellow with age quickly. I mean quickly. No matter how you keep them. I keep them usually normally stored baggied and in a drawer. So I don't know why they yellow. I just don't. Anyways, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to pour these into here. I won't do the wings yet because they don't fit on here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the silver. I wonder if the silver and gold would look good together. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to put this big one aside. This is the brand I'm using. It came from Temu. It does work pretty well. And it was pretty inexpensive. As a matter of fact, that bottle was free. It was one of my Fishland wins. And yes, I am trying to use that up. Okay, guess I'll put you on pause and I'll get to mixing. Okay, I got the colors mixed. Yellow for the starfish, green for the seahorses, silver for the anchors, and blue for the dolphins. Now, my goal is only 1 of each one. However, I may have mixed up a lot of UV resin and may have to use it up, so there may be 2 of each item or 1.5, I don't know. But let's get to pouring this. Okay, I've got the silver in this one, and it is, every one of these have Marabou Rainbow Ink in it. And yes, it is alcohol ink. And yes, you really need to let the alcohol dissipate when you're working with small portions of resin, whether it's epoxy resin or UV resin. Okay, so I want to go ahead and get the dolphins poured first, mostly because this is so close to me that I don't want to knock it over. So we're just going to remix it a little bit. Most of this, you won't see any of the outcome until it's done, because I did not try to heavily cover these. So I'm going to stick these sticks here. They'll cure with, because I'll move them to the side when I move this in. All right, let's get the dolphin. I got to stop pouring right there and allow it to run in to all the little crevices. All right, that dolphin has got plenty, so let's do this dolphin. We may get 2 full dolphins. And I'll probably have to, because I'm going to dome these, since they do shrink, I'll probably have to drill out the holes for the string, because it's covering up those nubs. All right, I have a little bit of that left over. So what I'm going to do is take one of these angel wings. I'm going to set it towards the back, and I'm just going to dump the leftovers into it. And I like to put the cups upside down so that the remainder drips down in, and that way, and it's also on the edge. Here, I'll shove you back there. Shove you back there. I'll go back a little bit with my camera so you can see that. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what I did. The cup is upside down on the wing. All right, let's bring you back. Sorry about the movement. Okay, now the dolphins are poured, let's get these anchors done. Start at the largest area and work your way upwards so that you don't get overflow immediately. And allow it to settle. And because these are very translucent and they're going to be curing from both sides, there should be absolutely no issue. And you do want to start off with just a little bit amount of UV light, because these molds, when they get hot and the UV gets hot, they curl. So to prevent that, you cure somewhat first on the top layer. Pour a little bit more in. A little bit more. I don't want to go over the nubs on the anchors. So I'm trying to judge where I'm at. A little difficult these days with me eyeballs, but I think we'll make it. Okay, that looks like it's got the same amount as the other. So this one now gets dumped into the other wing, or into the wing. All right, let's get the starfish. I'm going to need to go ahead and stir this back up a little bit. This is very lightly colored because, you know, that's supposed to be a sun catcher, so. right, let's wipe that stick off. And yes, these sticks are those 7-inch coffee stirrers that I bought from Amazon. There are 1,000 in the box. And the beauty of it is this is their actual length. So you just break them in half or cut them in half, whichever. And you can use them for these. Okay, we've got that done. Let's get the starfish poured. Now this one has got the suction cup looking areas. So I will have to go in and try to make sure there's no bubbles in those areas. So get some poured in first. Move that out of the way so I don't dump it. And I like to use either a dotting tool or a silicone tool. And I don't know where my pointed silicone tool is. So I'm just going to use this one. And then we're just going to very lightly try to coax any bubbles out. And of course, I will use the most perfect out of each set. Okay, that should have taken care of any bubbles. Let's go ahead and get the rest of that poured in. Okay. Going to have to make room in here for the others, so I'll wipe these out real quick. Grab another baby wipe. You should see the looks when I finally do manage to get to the store to buy more baby wipes on my own. I get looks like, I know you don't have any babies or children with babies. All your grandkids are growing up and well above baby wipe needs. And I just look at them and kind of smile. Okay, that's not exactly completely clean, but it is wiped out. I'll set it to the other side over here. Let's get this first one here out. I know I'm taking a little bit of time, and I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, when you're doing the marabou, you need to be a little bit conscious about what you're doing. because the marabou will stick to silicone like crazy, and you have to work at getting it off of there so that you don't have it in there when you do another project. And that's why I don't clean these thoroughly until after I'm done with my projects, and then they get the dickens scrubbed out of them. Okay. Let's turn this one over. And last but not least, for this set area, because I still have the wing to go, now this one's got an awful lot in it because I had to adjust a little bit. Okay. Now these are very rough sticks, I'll say that. I've been noticing it. Trying to wipe them is almost impossible. If you accidentally do what I just did, just turn it over and it'll cure. Okay. I'm not very good left-handed. I can use both hands, but my predominant hand is my right. And when I'm doing delicate work like this, I don't try to compromise what I'm doing by using the left hand, because then it just becomes cumbersome and clumsy. And I used to be fully ambidextrous, but that, as you age, goes away. All right, looks like that seahorse is filled. Whoops. Really overdid that one. Excuse the frog. It lives in my throat, it does. Okay, I'm going to let that settle for a minute and move that out of the way, get my spills wiped up, because I don't want to have that buildup on my acrylic sheet. So let's see if I can do this. Get the bottom of the seahorse wiped off. Maybe not. I can feel it starting to slide off my hands a little bit, so I'll move it out of the way. Get this major spill up. Grab another baby wipe. And I know you guys are probably getting bored to tears watching me do all the, little itty-bitty stuff. Now, I know I spilled it somewhere else, too. I think it's the dolphins. Yes. Okay, I got it on my fingers too. Okay, everything's set. All I got to do is get those sticks in the proper areas. So that they're out of the way. Get my fingers cleaned off just to make sure. Go ahead and put one there, one there. Okay, I'm ready to load it in. Now I'm going to bring the lamp closer. Whoa. Okay. Get that loaded in there. You want to make sure it's middled as well as possible so it gets light properly. And what I do is I take this. Oops, wrong way. And I grabbed one of those accidentally, so apparently there was still some gooeys on that one. Oh, that's right, I ended up tilting it over. Sorry. Let's get that up off of here. But I take this. You do want to make sure it's slightly damp. I usually just spray some water on it, but right now I felt a bunch of dust that's settled onto it. And put it up over the front because UV light is bad for your skin as well. Just like you shouldn't spend too much time out in the sun. You should not spend too much time in front of a UV light. Gee whiz, I may be even able to fill the wing somewhat and then back it. So that may become an interesting wing. Maybe I'll use that one. Maybe I'll just mix some gold into it. Okay, I think I got that clean enough to put aside. Let's get the rest of the one dumped in. I'm going to pause you while I get this done so that I can, in case this cures, not have to worry too bad about it. And then I went and shut my camera off. Now I'm going to pause it. Okay, they cured. And as you can see, I missed getting this cleaned up. It ran to the stick and went under the stick. And so now I have a piece of stick here. And I'm going to have to figure out how to get that off, or just understand that it's just going to be there from now on and end up having to replace the acrylic plate. That's one of those things, right? All right, anyway, since I've screwed up that side, I'm going to continue to use that side. I have decided to go ahead and use the mixed one. So I'm going to mix up some more to put into it, and I'm just going to add gold and get it done, but I need to lift that from there to here. So I'm going to put you on pause, get some gloves on, get it moved, and get it filled. Okay. Let's see how they turned out. Okay, this one had a little bleed over to the other anchor, so I'll pull it out this way. I will say it is a lot nicer to have a lamp that cures top to and bottom at the same time. Okay, so that looks like the perfect anchor, except it's got fuzzies. Okay, got rid of the fuzzies. Checking for bubbles. Seems there's one right there. And then it doesn't, all at the same time. There's a definite ridge there. Not a bubble, and it doesn't dip in, it's a ridge. So that's part of the mold. What I'm seeing, though, is it looks like there's either a bubble here, and it could be, yeah, it looks like there's a bubble right there, and it looks like it's not fully cured in this spot right there. So I'm not going to touch that area to test. I'm going to look at the other one. Make sure it's fully cured, because I can always get rid of the overpour. Okay, this one looks in perfect condition, other than the overpour, which I did bring something to remedy that, just in case. Better turn it so I can actually see what I'm doing. Whoops. And then I go and break part of it off on the anchor. Yep, Octoberween curse is here. And it's not even October yet. But I'm good with that. Looks like there's a hair that got caught up in that area. But I'm having a difficult time seeing how to get rid of it. Odd. Well, I guess it can stay there for now. All right, so this is the one I'm going to use. This one here, I'll figure it out later. All right, let's check these. Oh, wow, that turned out pretty. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. I'll put them on the black and then you can see. Okay, which of the starfish are the better? Well, the starfish turned out pretty good, period. It doesn't really matter, I'm supposing. So I'll go with the first one I pulled out. The dolphins. I'll just pull them both out real quick. Look for any bubbles. Okay, not finding any bubbles or anything on the dolphins, but there is a smidge of overboard right here on this one. So I'll put that over there. Yeah, that's the best dolphin. Okay, now come the seahorses. Okay, this one's lacking. I didn't get it domed as well as I did the other. And that one's, to me, kind of perfect, so no bubbles. And now, the wing. You're going to see that there's some weird wavy rivulets up here, but it is cured. Let's see if I can get that in the light for you. And that's from a lot of heat. This was cured in there a total of 4.5 minutes. But it is fully cured. And there's the designs in it. Now all I have to do is figure out where the weight of the wing needs to be. I think I'll just go with the tip up here and put the hole in there. And it actually has hints of gold and all the other colors in it. So that's going to be really pretty in the sunlight. Yep, okay. Let me bring that up to you on the black background. Okay, and all that's left is to attach these to the ring. And I'm not going to put you through that whole process. I'll show you the finished product after. But I'll be using wire, some crimp beads, a chain, and a lobster claw so that it can be attached to an area for you to hang it from. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause, get this put together, and I'll be back to show you how it went. Okay, I forgot, before I get this put together, I have these beads. There is a multifaceted crystal bead, and I'm thinking that would be perfect in here if there's enough room for it and the wing. So we'd have to go kind of like that. Yes, there'll be plenty of room. Okay, so I'm going to use the crystal bead there. And I was thinking this really pretty sparkly bead on the top. But there's no other yellow. Oh, yes, there is. I was going to say there's no other yellow sparkly for the bottom. So I'll be using that on the one that hangs from the middle here and lower down so that it'll actually attach. And I'm kind of thinking that the starfish itself, it would be too hard to do. But this anchor, I can go ahead and put another hole in it and hang it from here. But I'm going to put the bead in between. And then I'm hoping it's not going to detract from the anchor because it's so colorful. And then, of course, each of these are going to have to be weighted down. And I have to decide which of these I'm going to actually use because I've only got 3 holes drilled. The only other thing I can think of is to see if one of these will hang from the tip of this wing. But you'll see all that decision making done when it's done. All right, take care. I'll be back in a sec. Hi, everybody. Well, number 1 ring is done. Just a moment and I'll put you down there. Okay, instead of dropping you to the table, I figure you could see it better this way. I don't have any sunlight right now. It's, well, closing in on 3:30, no, excuse me, 4 o'clock now. But it has a hanger, has a long wire lead, crystal at the top, and I really need a light behind there, don't I? But we've got the angel wing, and it's got sparkles. Got a dolphin attached to it. And then we have seahorse, starfish, 2 beads, and an anchor. There you go. Creepy Crafts, this one, Jen, is for you, for your suggestion. Okay, the next one to finish up will be the not sun catcher, oh my gosh, the dream catcher, which was suggested by Ghosty. You're a sweetheart. And now, the other 2 items, they were suggested by the very same person, Sonia Johnson, who suggested for the bowl, a succulent garden, and for the other ring, a clock. So those are coming up very quickly. All right. If you were okay with getting through my madness here, with everything, oh boy. Anyway, you know, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, or at least consider doing so. I am plowing through the old things to get through right now. And sorry, there's a heck of a glare on my glasses, but, you know, I appreciate comments. I do. As you can see, I do listen to comments. And this is the day after getting, or a little over, okay, a day and a half after getting my new kitten. And we've gotten several names, and we're going to put them into a bowl or something and draw out of it, and that's going to be the name of the kitten. And I'm pretty sure it's a boy. I've raised cats for an outrageous number of years. I love animals, and yes, I myself really have run out of names. I mean, when you have, in 28 years, well, slightly less than 28 years, a total of 300 plus that, and no, I didn't purposely get that many. A lot of people here dropped them off on me because, well, I take care of them. They get food, they get water, they get love and attention, and they get vets. So each and every one has come to me, most of each and every one that has come to me from other people have been ill, and I have paid those costs. And I paid with heartbreak, of course, because you get attached and, you know, you want only the best for every animal. And, well, some didn't make it. A lot didn't make it when they were sick. Even the vets couldn't tell us what was wrong with them. So, have no clue. Some were dropped off on us pregnant. We even had a couple of strays that got in through a window and had babies in our home and things like that. So, yeah, we don't turn them away because they're babies. They're fur babies, you know. They need the love. They need the food. They need a constant. And a lot of people I know have told me over and over, "You're nuts. You're crazy. The crazy cat lady, blah, 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 blah." And you know what? I think some of them were jealous because they couldn't do what I do. And others are just heartless. So, you know, they don't have pets of their own, so they can't understand anything to do with a pet. But anyway, here I am, going on, prattling on, when it was a sun catcher day, so it was supposed to be bright, right? Anyway, of course, yes, comments. Appreciate them very much. And what's the last one? Share. So share if you care, I guess. And peace out. Love you all. Bye.